Have you ever wondered what student loans are and how they differ from grants, scholarships, and other types of loans? Well, let's start by breaking down what a student loan actually is. Picture this: you're a student, eager to embark on the journey towards your dream career. But there's a hurdle in your path: the cost of education. This is where student loans come into play. They are essentially funds that you borrow to cover the expenses associated with your education. This can include tuition fees, living expenses, books, and other supplies. You might be thinking, why would anyone want to borrow money? It's a fair question. The answer lies in the fact that education, especially higher education, can be incredibly expensive. For many, the cost of tuition, room and board, books, and other expenses can add up to a hefty sum that's simply not possible to pay out of pocket. This is particularly true for those pursuing degrees in fields like medicine, law, or engineering, where the cost of education can run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Student loans offer a solution to this problem. They provide the means for students to pursue their academic dreams without the immediate financial burden. The money you borrow is paid back over time, generally after you've completed your education and have started earning a steady income. However, it's important to remember that student loans, like any other loan, are a form of debt. They must be repaid with interest. That's why it's crucial to understand the terms of your loan agreement, including interest rates and repayment schedules, before signing on the dotted line. Now, student loans are just one piece of the puzzle. There's a whole world of financial aids out there designed to help students like you navigate the financial challenges of your academic journey. These include grants, scholarships, and other types of loans. Now that you understand what a student loan is, it's time to dive into the different types of financial aids available for students. Grants, ever heard about them? They are not loans, so what are they? Well, let's dive right in and discover. Grants are essentially free money. Yes, you heard it right, free money. They are funds provided by various entities including governments, corporations, and foundations, which you don't have to repay. They are often awarded to individuals, non-profit organizations, and educational institutions for specific purposes. In the world of education, grants are typically awarded based on financial need. They are designed to assist students who may not have the financial means to cover the full cost of their education. So, if you're worrying about how to afford your dream school, grants might just be your answer. There are several types of grants out there. Federal grants, state grants, and institutional grants are the most common. Federal grants are funded by the federal government and are often based on the student's financial need. State grants are similar but are funded by the state government. Institutional grants, on the other hand, are provided by the school you're attending. They can be based on financial need, academic merit, or a combination of both. Now, you might be wondering, how can I get my hands on these grants? Well, the process typically begins with completing the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA. This application helps determine your financial need and eligibility for different types of aid, including grants. It's also important to note that each grant has its own set of criteria for qualification, so be sure to thoroughly research and understand these before applying. Remember, grants can significantly reduce the financial burden of higher education, but like any good thing, they require effort and diligence. You'll need to meet the criteria, complete the application process, and sometimes maintain a certain grade point average to continue receiving the grant. Grants are a fantastic way to fund your education, but they are not the only option. Let's explore scholarships next. Scholarships are another popular form of financial aid for students, but what sets them apart from grants? Well, let's unravel this mystery together. First off, what are scholarships? In essence, scholarships are financial aid awards designed to help students pay for an undergraduate degree. Sometimes a scholarship is a one-time check. Other times, it's a renewable boost that provides money for students term after term or year after year. But the best part, They're essentially free money for your education that you don't have to repay. Now, how do scholarships differ from grants? While both are forms of free financial aid that don't need to be repaid, the main difference lies in their basis for awarding. Scholarships are typically merit-based, meaning they are awarded based on the student's abilities like academic, athletic, or artistic talent. On the other hand, grants are usually need-based, awarded based on the student's financial need. You might be wondering, but there are so many types of scholarships, right? Absolutely. Scholarships come in all shapes and sizes. There are merit-based scholarships, need-based scholarships similar to grants, student-specific scholarships for students who meet certain characteristics, career-specific scholarships for students pursuing a particular field of study, and college-specific scholarships offered by individual colleges to their students. There's a vast universe of scholarships out there waiting for you to explore. So, how can you apply for scholarships? The process varies for different scholarships. Some may require you to complete an application form, write an essay, submit letters of recommendation, or showcase a portfolio or performance. Others might require an interview. The key is to start early, do your research, and apply for as many relevant scholarships as possible. And remember, every bit of scholarship money you earn reduces the amount you'll need to borrow or pay out of pocket for your education. So don't be shy about applying. It's your future we're talking about here. Now that you've got a handle on scholarships, it's time to delve into the world of subsidized and unsubsidized loans. Let's continue our journey in the next segment. Subsidized and unsubsidized loans may sound similar, but they have some critical differences. Do you know what they are? Let's start by defining these two types of loans. Subsidized loans are student loans, where the government covers the interest while you're still in school or during other deferment periods. This means that the amount you borrowed doesn't increase over time due to interest. On the other hand, unsubsidized loans are student loans where the interest accrues from the moment you take the loan out, regardless of whether you're in school or not. This means that the amount you owe can increase over time if you don't pay off the interest. So, what are the key differences between these two types of loans? The first and most significant difference lies in how the interest is handled. As we just mentioned, with subsidized loans, the government pays your interest while you're in school, during a grace period, or during deferment periods. This can be a significant help since it means your loan balance won't increase while you're still studying. But with unsubsidized loans, the interest starts accruing as soon as the loan is disbursed. If you don't pay the interest while you're in school or during other deferment periods, it will be added to your principal loan amount. Another crucial difference is who can qualify for these loans. Subsidized loans are need-based, meaning they are designed to assist students who demonstrate financial need. The school determines the amount you can borrow, and it cannot exceed your financial need. Unsubsidized loans, however, are not based on financial need. This means they are available to all eligible students regardless of income or assets. Repayment terms are another area where these two types of loans differ. For both, repayment normally begins 6 months after you graduate, leave school, or drop below half-time enrollment. However, remember that with unsubsidized loans, interest has been accruing. If you haven't been making interest payments, the total amount you have to repay will be larger than what you initially borrowed. Finally, let's look at interest rates. The interest rates for both subsidized and unsubsidized loans are determined by the government and can change annually. However, they are usually relatively low compared to other types of loans. As of this year, the interest rates for both types of loans for undergraduate students are identical. But for graduate students and professional students, the interest rates for unsubsidized loans are generally higher. So there you have it. Subsidized and unsubsidized loans may have similar sounding names, but their differences are significant, particularly in terms of how interest is handled, who can qualify, and what the repayment terms are. Understanding these differences can help you make informed decisions about financing your education. With a clear understanding of subsidized and unsubsidized loans, it's time to introduce you to FAFSA, a crucial component of the student financial aid process. A FAFSA, an acronym that can open doors to numerous financial aids. But what exactly is it? FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. As the name implies, it's a free application that students can fill out to determine their eligibility for various types of financial aid. This aid can come in the form of grants, work-study funds, and loans to help cover the costs of college or career school. At its core, FAFSA serves as a bridge between students and the financial resources they need to further their education. It's a key player in the world of higher education, with billions of dollars in aid awarded each year. And the best part, it's not just for students with the most financial need. Many types of aid are available through the FAFSA, and you never know what you might qualify for until you apply. So, how does FAFSA work, you ask? Well, it's all about the numbers. When you fill out the FAFSA, you provide detailed information about your family's financial situation. This information is used to calculate your expected family contribution, or EFC. The EFC is an index number that colleges use to determine how much financial aid you might receive. The lower your EFC, the more aid you may be eligible for. Now let's talk about how to apply for FAFSA. It's not as daunting as it may seem. The process is entirely online, and you can apply directly through the FAFSA website. It's important to note that the FAFSA is available each year on October 1st, and it's a good idea to apply as soon as possible since some aid is awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. In terms of what you'll need to complete the application, it's mostly financial information. This includes your tax information from 2 years prior, your current asset information, and details about your family size and household. If you're a dependent student, you'll also need this information for your parents. One key thing to remember when applying for FAFSA is that it needs to be completed each year you plan to attend school. It's not a one-and-done deal. Your financial situation and the cost of attending school can change year to year. So it's important to update your FAFSA annually to ensure you're getting the most aid you're eligible for. Knowing about FAFSA can be a game changer in your quest for financial aid. But let's recap what we've learned so far. FAFSA is your ticket to accessing financial aid for college or career school. It's a free, online application that looks at your family's financial situation to determine your eligibility for different types of aid. Whether you're just starting your higher education journey or you're a returning student, applying for FAFSA is a crucial step toward making your educational dreams a reality. We've covered a lot of ground today, discussing everything from student loans to FAFSA. Let's take a moment to recap, ensuring we've got all the key points down pat. We started our journey with student loans, a form of financial aid that must be repaid, typically with interest. It's crucial to remember that these loans can be a lifeline, enabling you to pursue your education when upfront payment isn't feasible. However, they also come with a responsibility to repay, often over a long period, so understanding them fully is key. Next, we delved into grants. Unlike loans, grants are a type of gift aid and don't need to be repaid. They're usually given based on financial need and can come from various sources, including federal and state governments, colleges, and private organizations. The key takeaway here is that grants can significantly reduce the financial burden of higher education, but they often require thorough research and timely application. Then, we navigated the world of scholarships, also a form of gift aid. Scholarships are awarded based on a variety of factors, including academic achievement, talent, or specific areas of study. Remember, while scholarships can significantly offset the cost of education, they're competitive and require a proactive approach to seek and apply. We also discussed the difference between subsidized and unsubsidized loans. Subsidized loans are need-based and the government pays the interest while you're in school or during deferment periods. Unsubsidized loans, on the other hand, are not need-based, and you're responsible for all the interest that accrues. It's important to understand these differences, as they can have a significant impact on the total amount you'll end up repaying. Finally, we explored FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. Filing a FAFSA can open the door to a variety of financial aid options, including grants, work-study funds, and loans. It serves as a single application for multiple sources of aid, making it a vital step in securing funding for your education. In conclusion, the world of student financial aid is vast and varied. It includes loans that need to be repaid, grants and scholarships that work like gifts, and a mix of subsidized and unsubsidized loans. And the key to unlocking many of these options is a single form, the FAFSA. Remember, understanding your financial aid options can make a significant difference in your educational journey. So take the time to explore, apply, and make the most of the opportunities available to you.